guys, welcome back to my channel. We are making this cute little teddy bear together today. Perfect gift for your children or anyone you know who may be expecting. This is one I made for my son when he was born, and we're gonna be making a new one today for my friend who just had a baby. Pattern for this bear is linked in the description of this video if you want to sew along with me. So without further ado, let's get started. I have already printed and cut out my pattern. I've got all my pieces here, and now we're just gonna lay them out on our fabric. If you're using a solid colored fabric, then try and lay them out as closely as possible so you use the least amount of fabric as possible. Pay attention because some pieces are cut 2, some are cut 1, and some are cut 4. The legs, arms, and ears, for example, are all cut 4. So you're just gonna wanna be mindful that you can either trace this a second time or layer them on your fabric, cut them out once, and then cut them out once more. Today, I'm gonna be using a quilt that I thrifted. So I'm gonna be laying each pattern piece and cutting them individually so I can have a lot of control over the design and the color layout of my teddy bear. But by all means, double up your fabric for yourselves. Let's get to cutting. Now, because I am cutting out my pattern pieces individually, I want to make sure that I'm mirroring them. If you are cutting them out in a double layer fabric, then skip that part. But I want this seam to match up with this one. So I'm going to just take this and we're going to flip it over, use this guideline. All our pieces cut out, and now it's time to start sewing. My favorite way to do this is to kind of square away the legs, the arms. We're gonna sew the main seams together, and then we're gonna kind of assemble everything. So first I pinned, and I'm gonna be sewing together my arms. You're just gonna wanna layer them on top of each other, and there's a 1/4 inch seam allowance included in this pattern. So you can mark your seam allowances with a removable marker if that helps you, or you can just use your sewing machine as a guide. Next, we're gonna be sewing our ears together. These we're gonna be sewing around the outer edges, flipping them around, stuffing them ever so slightly, and then closing them up at the bottom. To square away the legs, we're gonna be sewing down the front of our leg and then the back. Make sure that when you're sewing the back, you're leaving a gap, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, enough to turn your item inside out and then also to stuff it later on. Once you have kind of the tube of your leg sewn, we are gonna be taking the sole and sewing that to the bottom. This is probably gonna be one of the harder pieces to sew on simply because it's small, it's a little finicky, curves are always a little tricky, so take your time. And something that might be very helpful would be basting and then sewing over that basting line. So basting essentially is just a long running hand stitch that is used almost as a temporary stitch to kind of help things stay in place and make your sewing a little bit easier. Now from there, we're gonna be assembling the head. So first you have these side pieces here, and we're gonna be sewing these across the front and pressing it open. And then you'll kind of be left with a piece like this that looks a little bit like a butterfly. That is where you're gonna be putting the front piece. So center front here is where this seam lays at the front. So you'll be using that seam as your guide, marking it as the center. A good way to do this, because it'll be a little tough going around the curves, sew up one side and make sure while you're doing it, you're gonna be clipping your curves and then sew up the other side. So then you'll have the front of your head all sewn, and then you can sew your back together. So sew those back seams together. And now we are gonna be assembling the body. First, you're gonna wanna close the darts on your back pattern piece. You're simply gonna be doing this by folding it in half, sewing a 1/4 inch along the edge of where the dart is, and then pressing it very nicely. If you have thick fabric like me, it might pucker a little bit. Once we stuff the bear, it's really not gonna be very noticeable. So make sure you have both your darts completed and the darts are on your side seams. So you are then gonna be sewing up the back of your bear. Again, we're gonna be leaving a gap of about 2 inches at the back that will be used to stuff the bear, and then we'll be finishing all those openings up with a hand stitch at the end. So have that open, and then also sew your front pieces together along your center front seam. Okay, what we're left with after that is the front body, the back body, front head, back head, your arms, and your legs. The reason we haven't completely sewn the body together and completely sewn the head together is because we're gonna have to sew the ears on, sandwiched in between front and back layer of the bear head. And we're gonna have to do the same thing with the body, with the arms and the leg. Now that we kind of have all these pieces sewn together, I will show you how to assemble that. In the midst of sewing all my pieces together so we can assemble the bear, and I thought I would show you how we are going to attach the ears on. Once you have the head front assembled and the head back and your ears sewn and stuffed together, we are going to attach these onto the front of our head. So what I like to do, so they're evenly spaced, is just to use the seam as a guide. So to have the edge of your ear with the raw edges and give it a stitch right along the edge so that stays in the seam allowance once it's time to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing with the other ear. So once these are sewn onto the front so they stay put, we are going to attach the back of the head to the front. So for that, it's just like normal. You would put them right sides together and make sure that your ears are turned inwards like this. You'll sew along the outer edge, and then when you turn everything out, your ears will be evenly placed. So I'm gonna go do that right now. Once you have all your main seams sewed together, this is where you should be at. You'll have your head sewn together with your ears. The bottom will be open. Your arms have been sewn together, and I've turned them inside out. Because this bear is so small, you might need something like a chopstick, a pencil to turn it out properly. And then I like to press it and kind of just work the seam around. Unlike a regular item of clothing or a quilt, we're not gonna be too preoccupied about having our seams like extremely flat, because there's going to be pressure from the stuffing. It'll make them look a little bit better once it's fully stuffed. So you'll have 2 arms, and then you'll have your 2 legs with little feet and an opening here at the back of your leg so we can put the stuffing in. And then you will have the front stomach of your bear and the back body of your bear with an opening as well. What I'm going to do next is attach the legs to the body of the bear. To do that, you're going to make sure that your legs are turned right sides out. We are not gonna have them folded flat like this, but we're gonna fold them flatly this way. So the center front and center back are running flat. So make sure both of your legs are like this. You're gonna take the front body piece of your bear, and you're going to find the midpoint here, and we're gonna attach the legs to the edge of the seam. They're gonna be like this. So I'm going to just sew along the raw edge for both of the legs, and then I'm gonna take the back of my bear and sew the bottom half of the bear together. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like when the legs are sewn on. And then we are going to fold the legs in like this into the body. We're gonna grab the back, right sides together, match up your seams. So your center seams are gonna be matched, your side seams, and I am just gonna be sewing along the bottom edge of the bear. So just like a little bit past where the legs are attached. Make sure that's all attached very well. And then we're gonna turn it out to make sure that it looks good before we attach the arms. Don't be alarmed. The inside of your bear is gonna look so ugly. There's gonna be so many loose threads and seams and everything, but then once you turn it right sides out, this is when it really starts coming together. I'm loving how it's looking, so we're gonna keep working away. Okay, we're gonna sew up the rest of the side seams now, and then we're gonna attach the head, and we're gonna sandwich the arms between the head and the body. I'm realizing now it would have been smarter for me to leave an opening at the back of the arm so I can stuff them afterwards. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. If you ever make a little mistake like this, you can always just fix it. This is what you're left with when you're done sewing all the body seams of your bear. It's just like a little pod. You're gonna wanna make sure the opening at the back is large enough so you don't have that hard of a time turning it right sides out. So we're just gonna kind of shimmy the legs through. I like to continuously turn it inside out while I'm working on it, just so I can make sure if there's any mistakes, I can fix it at that stage versus turning things inside out when I'm a couple steps ahead. Also, don't be afraid to really give it a bit of tugging. Whole body of your bear with the little legs. It looks not that great right now, honestly. It's once you get it all stuffed that it starts looking much better. Now we are gonna be attaching the arms and the head. So the arms, you're gonna want to have laying like this. And I like to place them on the side seam in the center. So they end up being like this. Now I'm just gonna do, again, like the legs, like the ears, a little top stitch along the edge so it stays in place. So what we're gonna be doing now is turning our body inside out. Again, always, always. Okay, so we've turned our body inside out. We're gonna take the head of our bear and put it inside the body. Now, this is gonna take a little bit of wiggling. You're gonna wanna match your center front seams as well as your back seams when you put this into your bear. So just make sure that you have them the proper way. This is by far the most kind of like finicky part. And if you're sewing the smallest bear, it's gonna be the hardest one to sew by a long shot. So if it is one of your first sewing projects like this, definitely start with the larger one. That way you just have a little bit of extra wiggle room for things. Basically gonna look something like this. So if you were to look in here, this is the inside of the head, and the only place we have an opening is the back of our bear. Now, this is where I would definitely recommend basting along the edges to keep everything in place. So grab your hand needle, thread, do a quick little stitch, keep everything in place, save yourself a headache, and then take it over to your sewing machine. And we're gonna go over it, flip it inside out, make sure it looks good, and then I would go over it a couple more times because your machine likely is gonna need some help. If it is like my machine, I like to go over it a couple times just to make sure it is very secure because the fabric here is so thick. We're sewing through 4 layers of quilted fabric. This part will also be much easier if you are not using a quilted fabric like I am right now. We'll see, my machine doesn't always love sewing through multiple layers of fabric, so I'm gonna try to sew it on my machine, and worst comes to worst, I may also hand sew the head on as much as I can. Okay, so in an effort to be super transparent, because you may run into the same problem if you're sewing small sized bear, my machine will not let me sew the inside here, so I'm gonna have to hand sew this. Now, I did one pass over with regular thread, and I'm gonna go over it with some embroidery floss as well, and just go over it a couple times to make sure that it is super secure. Okay, once you turn your bear back out, this is what you're left with. Now, if you go over it very well, the head will be so secure still with a hand stitch. Now, all we have left to do is stuff the bear and then finish the openings by hand. So I just use polyfill to fill the bear, and you're gonna wanna take just little bits at a time, break it up and put it in all the nooks and crannies. So we'll do the body and the head, and then we'll be doing the legs and arms separately. Okay, now I've got the bear stuffed, and you'll see you have your opening. You're just gonna flip the seam allowances in, and we're gonna be placing them flush against each other, kind of like this. And I like to use a clip to kind of keep them shut. Then we're gonna be closing this with a ladder stitch. And that simply entails taking a little piece in the fold of each side and going back and forth. I like to make my stitches about 1/4 inch long all the way, and then I like going back down as well, just to make sure it's extra secure. And you're gonna wanna make sure that you're pulling your thread and keeping good tension throughout. Okay, I have the body all stitched up, and now I'm just gonna do the exact same thing with both arms and legs. For the arms, you can use something like a pen or chopsticks to kind of get the stuffing all the way in there. Legs, you might have a hard time as well. And then you're just gonna ladder stitch where your openings are, and you'll be all done. Okay, once you have all your arms and legs sewed up, your bear is all finished. I love how this little guy turned out. He is so cute. I love how the layout of the patchwork ended up being. As you can see, finishing with a ladder stitch gives you a very clean edge on all your seams. Thank you guys for sewing with me today. If you used my pattern to make this teddy bear, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how it went for you. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Saturday, and make sure to check out my Etsy store for more PDF sewing patterns. Bye guys.